if you ever considered fasting and you maybe even thought about the mindset behind it, then I want to share with you my experience doing a 24-hour fast just recently. I got no shirt on here. I'm sitting at my desk. I'm actually waiting for my phone to update. Sometimes those Apple updates take a little while. But just 2 days ago, obviously there's tons of health benefits, and I don't want to talk about the health benefits of fasting. I want to talk to you about the mental benefits of fasting. So about 2 days ago, I fasted for 24 hours for the first time ever, right? And you can talk about weight loss and appetite and controlling your cortisol and all of those things on the health side. But what I want to talk about on the mental side is putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Now, if you're following me and you're an athlete, this is not advice from a doctor. This is not, what you should go and do immediately. If you're in season, because a lot of my audience is athletes, obviously nutrition and everything associated with performance is vitally important. But I encourage you, if you're open-minded enough, to try this in the off season or a time where you have a little gap between games. A 24-hour fast. So if you've never done it before, or if you do it, maybe this gives you a different perspective on it, in a sense that the health benefits are great, but putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation, putting yourself in a situation where you're challenging your mind and your body all at the same time is going to prepare you for other situations. So doing something uncomfortable like a 24-hour fast, obviously you get hungry. It changes the way your body feels throughout the day. And actually, in my experience, and I've seen other people have a similar experience where they actually end up having more energy from not eating. Clears out the system, whatever. But doing something that you're not used to physically. Too often we fall into these physical patterns. We fall into these mental patterns throughout our day-to-day life, throughout our training, throughout everything. And habits are important. Routines are important. But at times they can also be debilitating because we fall into the same pattern, and sometimes we fail to recognize that just by going through the motions, just by doing something just to check it off, doesn't necessarily mean that it's moving us closer towards our goal. If you're doing something just because it's a habit, just because it's a routine, but you've fallen into the trap of maybe the way you think about what you're doing, right? I'll give you a perfect example, right? So I'm a big reader. You can see all of these books behind me. In the past, I've fallen in the routine while, there's no denying that reading is a great habit, right? But I've fallen into the trap where you just read and you're just going through as many pages and as many chapters and as many books just to get it done, instead of actually being fully present in the moment and digesting and figuring out how it best serves you right now. It was the same thing with fasting. The same thing, because you're feeling different throughout the day. You're thinking different throughout the day by putting your body in an uncomfortable situation by not eating. So it forces you to think differently. It forces you to process information differently. And then that difference, that challenge, is no different than going to the gym and working your muscles, or going and running, because you're straining yourself. You're putting yourself under a little pressure. You're putting yourself under a little resistance. Something a little bit uncomfortable that's actually going to help you to grow. So I encourage you, try it out. You may not love it. I'm gonna stay with it I might experiment with the days. I love experimenting with all areas of my life. I'm like a mad scientist. I encourage you to try it out and experiment and test and see what works for you. Maybe a 12-hour fast works for you. Maybe a 16-hour fast works for you. Maybe something longer than 4 hours work for you. I'm just simply sharing my experience. I'm not speaking from a book. I'm speaking from my actual experience with it. So appreciate you guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel below if you want to upgrade the 6 inches between your ears, your mindset. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I just want to let you know we're always uploading some new free resources on our website. So check them out in the description below. Find out which one is the best for you. And I hope to see you soon.